Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I'm your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Pigmat Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human fighter from an asteroid close to Brow, and now the captain.
Hi, I'm Dakamisama, and I play Solas of Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Brawl.
Hello everyone, I'm Seal and Mortar. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grayspace.
They all know where they're from. Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage, and she still doesn't know where she's from.
Hey there, I'm Zakat. I play the character of Lafdul Moonglade. He knows where he's from. He's from Evermead. And yeah, he's a specialty priest thief. His gimmick is coming up with fun titles, and his current title is Sublime Gem Jeweler of Diverse Talents. So, yeah, it's a slight play. Quite funny, in my opinion. Because he is kind of drooling.
Drooler, huh?
Drooler?
Yeah, because he's literally drooling over the diamonds he's cutting.
Oh, God. Do you mean that the gems we are getting are all wet?
Yes,
Probably.
yes, definitely. Yeah. Covered in Lafdul slobber.
Oh, my God. There.
So, for those wondering about what that might be a reference to, after the last session, we rolled up for Lafdul doing some gem cutting, and he cut 3 of the pieces from the diamond spider thing that they fought, which generated 3 diamonds worth 5,000 gold pieces each.
11 more to count.
Yep. So we left off last time. The party was less than a day away from getting to the Goblin Port, Gorlgak's Rest. And let's see. Yep. So you'd realize that it's 20-ish hours away at this point. You can't see it yet, but your kobold guide, at least, would be indicating that that's the amount of time that you've got left, Mel.
Question about a spell with no custom, so to speak. Is this like a permanent thing, or is this like something that would just be forgotten after like a few months or something?
I think it's permanent.
Yeah, I mean, it states that it's permanent, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be subject to the normal vagaries of your memory.
Yeah.
If you never access, if you never need to pay attention to those customs ever again, then yeah, you're going to forget it. But it doesn't magically remove the knowledge after a time.
Yeah, so it's just clarifying that. So.
All right, so with the final day ahead of you, is there anything that anyone wants to do this day or anything like that?
If I done my memory read, apparently I have, so nope. This was on the day of cast Chaotic Sleep.
Did we mount any of those helms on those ships after moving the prisoners?
No, because we didn't want to risk them running off of one of our ships, so we dismounted every other ship we got.
Right, okay. Yep.
Did you want to mount them, or... I mean, you certainly could.
Well, we had a discussion about taking them off so they couldn't get stolen.
Well, I understand that.
Before we spoke about sneaking into the port before we went there, and ended up just getting discovered. So we didn't end up doing that.
What I will say is that kobolds are a lot more tolerant towards elves and dwarves than what goblins are.
Yeah.
You might be better off going in with a small party.
With the smaller ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In and out for supplies.
That's true.
I mean, what you can do, remember, is you can always essentially, like, quote-unquote, anchor out at sea and take a launch in, either your flitter or your shuttle.
Yeah.
That is always a possibility. It's not common in that most ships don't have that kind of capability,
Oh, we'll just say
but
it's common because of our ship.
it would not be extremely unusual. For one thing, it would reduce the amount of money that you spend on docking fees.
Yeah.
But it would also mean that you'd probably have to either get rooms in the port, or you wouldn't have access to your full amount of stuff back on your ship
Yeah.
because you wouldn't go back every day.
And there's also the possibility that if anyone takes a liking to our ship, they might think it's easier to steal our ship
Yeah, but
than if you come in with a big ship.
if you quote unquote anchor out at sea within sight of the port,
Got you. Yeah.
you would be under their protection
Yeah, there is that option.
because you would be in their essentially you'd be in their territorial space.
So, in terms of time, how long will it take to get from the ship to the port?
Not very long.
That means
I mean, like, it's just sailing out there in terms. I mean, it would be within visual range, so you're looking at maybe 10 minutes kind of thing.
okay.
Maybe 20, somewhere between 10 and 30 minutes, depending on what's going on.
Well,
I would think the main
polymorph,
draw.
we polymorph people have to take that into account when we go there and come back.
Well, no, what I mean is you dock with the shuttle or the flitter,
Okay.
as opposed to your full ship.
If they don't like elves, we might want to avoid taking the flitter in.
Why?
Yeah, probably.
Because it's an elven ship,
And they would recognize it?
definitely.
Well, maybe they are kind of cut off.
Well, did we see any butterfly ships in the last port?
No.
Right.
But did the person who came to have a look at our ship recognize the flitter?
They didn't do an inspection.
Braxon didn't point it out. He just took them straight upstairs and said, "Be careful where you go, because we got traps."
Okay. So they didn't even see it?
They might have seen it, but Braxton didn't point it out. I didn't say Braxton was specifically avoiding doing it, so that's down to Auld. And I think we had it on one of the wings up the top. So it's probably just about visible.
You'd probably have it under a tarp to protect it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want a scaver to get in there, or Kragen spores or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it depends on how well they know their history, and it depends whether the first Unhuman War came out here. But the elves are known for growing their own ships, and they're known for most of their ship designs looking like different sized butterflies.
It's whether or not any of this generation remembers that, though.
Yeah. Well, they
Also Leva. Okay, go on.
No, I'm telling you to go.
Also, Leva, if you are thinking about casting Polymorph Self, you could cast it inside the shuttle cabin while we are docking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would be quite explicit about you obviously doing that because you need to cover up your scent.
I'll wear a hat.
If Lafdul isn't going, he could also give that hat.
I could, but it doesn't cover up your scent.
Yeah, we have. I bet we have some kind of perfume or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something to bear in mind.
Well, in the end, Braxon,
Mm-hmm.
when did you last do your laundry?
Wow. I'm not even going, so it's not even an issue for me.
I'm not sure it works like that.
Well,
She's going to change herself into a male?
Braxton, no,
Okay,
but if
look.
Braxton were to give Leva, let's say, a shirt or something to use as to wrap around herself, wouldn't she smell of that?
Why
I
don't
mean,
you
it would be
try
a
it with
mixed
Tayin?
spell. Mixed
Why don't
smell.
you try? Why don't you see if you can confuse Tayin? You want to put some of my old clothes on that I've not washed yet, and see if Tayin recognizes you.
Yeah,
I mean,
Leva smells them and goes, ugh.
they'd be really big for you. Keep in mind.
Just get a bit
Yeah,
more
sure.
slobber you.
As she said, she'd use one shirt or something as a belt. I think that would work.
Sash.
I mean, again, like it would depend on how much of your body you cover. That's going to make a lot of difference on your scent.
How tall is Braxon?
He's quite short. Hang on.
Tell me. I'm just looking with. Oh, I forgot the character sheet.
He's 5'4".
Well, that's a bit taller than Leva is at. Just a second. Leva is 4'5".
4'5". That's quite short for an elf.
Is it?
I'm 4'11".
No,
You're both
probably
short for
normal.
elves.
She's 4'5".
I mean,
So
How?
one shirt of yours, would that be okay as a belt around Leva's middle?
You can.
what is it?
I'm just pointing out that there's
gonna
ample
make-
amount of your own body scent that's getting out. Like clothing yourself in his clothes would mean that would be a layer of his scent over yours. Whereas a belt just means that there's a bit of his smell mixed in with yours.
So could Leva take a shirt and use it as a sort of a toga?
You
Never.
can. I'm like, it's up to you.
I
just-
think we should have enough herbs and perfumes and such that we should be able to mask our scents.
Just make yourself a male for a day and just wear his clothes.
Yeah, she could do that. Or could she? You said that she could only change herself into an average human. Does that mean would that include
change
being a
sex.
male?
I mean, you can fix you can choose your size generally. So you could choose Braxon's size. But if you I mean, like if you're talking about polymorph, that's covering your scent
Okay.
because you'll
Well, in
smell
that
like the
case-
creature too.
In that case, she'll take the shirt and give it back, and hold her nose and give it back to Braxton. Thank
Hey.
you very much, Braxton. That was very nice of you.
Hey, that shirt was only worn for one fight, you know.
Yeah, but it has been washed in like a year.
That's not true.
Well, that's why she asked. So now Leva will ask you whether she can have it for a time when she needs to use Lafdul's hat.
You want to borrow my hat? Yes, you may borrow my hat.
If we are in port all day long, then yes, she will want to borrow your hat. If you
I'm
are
going to be
prepared
on.
to.
No, it's fine. I don't mind lending my hat. I'm going to be on a ship anyway. I'm cutting gems, so it takes all my day, all my time.
I mean, you can go in with the your full ship too. You are going to an asteroid port.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't have a good reason to not take the full ship in, we could just take the full ship in.
Well, if they want to do an inspection of the dwarves and a couple of elves, that will cause problems.
So
They
one further reason to not take in the full ship in terms of like expectations and stuff like that, why you might take in a launch, is if you have no cargo to offload. You know, like if you were a cargo hauler and you were
Yeah.
just making a quick stop for whatever reason, and you weren't going to be bringing on any cargo, and you weren't going to be offloading any cargo, you could go in on a little launch, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just saying it's up to you guys what you do. There's nothing stopping
Yeah.
you from taking the big ship in. If
That's
you
true.
ask, Leftmail will tell you that they'll only inspect cargo that's being offloaded.
Okay. Well, the smaller ship is still 20 tons.
You can test out the invisible helm as well. Well, you probably best not to go invisible in there, because
Yeah, I don't know how long that would last, and someone would have
it
to stand
lasted about 10 minutes, if I remember correctly. Was it 10 minutes for me? Was it half an hour?
Half an hour.
behind. Yeah. So that would be a thing if we were sneaking in at night or something.
It's like the kind of thing where you do it for like you swoop in, drop somebody off, and then fly away, and then
Hey,
Yeah.
Ockar,
get them later.
that
Yeah.
means you can go on the away party. You're a human.
True.
Are you coming?
Yeah, I'll come along.
Excellent. Lafdul's left alone with Red Dot. No, I'm joking. He's asleep anyway, so.
Well, I know who to
Okay.
blame if anything happens.
Should we take the dolphin shuttle in so that we pay less tax?
There's always
Uh,
that.
Probably.
Can we say we rested so we can start changing spells up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that last session.
Yeah.
Alright.
It-
Sorry.
it-
Also, Old did say that it's about 20 hours to the port.
It does mean we yeah. Well, we're not even. I assume we're having this discussion as we're flying along. But it would mean we use up an extra helmsman spells to power up the other helm. I don't think we're going to get into a fight in this port, though, are we?
You
Didn't
might.
seem like
You
it
don't
was-
know. You won't know until you get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but it didn't
I
seem.
mean-
It didn't seem like our guide thought it was a really hostile place.
No, it's not.
We
To
haven't been told
humans.
that it's a really hostile place.
The way that she would describe it would bring to mind Brawl, but
Yeah.
with goblins instead of humans.
It's mostly that Lafdul is really worried about the old racial hatreds.
Yeah,
It's not only
No,
that.
not
Lafdul
really
can't.
that. Not really that they are hostile towards strangers.
yeah.
It's more of a fact that I don't think Leva's ever experienced it.
Sorry, ever experienced what?
The hatred towards elves, because you've been around amongst humanoids most of your life.
No,
I'm not sure.
She hasn't. She's been all over the place with
no.
all sorts of things. She
Yeah.
did the whole trading stuff with for her master.
Oh, you might know then.
But Lafdul may not know that,
Hmm.
or the others may not know that, but she did. She traveled all over the place. Even I don't know where she went. Where were all the places she went.
Yeah, you probably would not have been around many goblinoids.
Well, there's nothing like first-hand
You
experience.
probably would have taken a knife to the back at some point before gameplay started if you had. So
Okay.
Probably not if she belonged to an illicit, though. Anywho,
She-
right.
She
Should
did
we?
not belong to an illicit.
Okay, fair enough. Should we go in and float around in space then? Right, who's on the first shift? I forgot.
first shift is Norfin, Ockar, and Solas.
Yeah.
So that's who's on first shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to want me to move the ship.
Yeah.
I
Go
take
ahead.
it. We're being told which way to go. I'm thinking it's
Yep. Hold on a second.
basically straight down.
You're going this way.
Right. Okay. What was it? 4 spaces.
Go 12 hours. Well, go. Stop right there.
Right.
Lever would cast strength on Braxon.
What? While it's asleep.
No, when we go to get to port.
Oh, okay.
But because it takes quite a while to cast, it's.
Yeah, you can wait until you get to port, and you can decide what you're going to do when you
Okay.
get there. So it's in the later stages of first shift. So again, Finn, Ockar, and Solas, you are awake. Since it's the later stages of first shift, others could be awake. I'm okay with that. Getting ready to. You might be memorizing your spells. You might be getting ready to, having breakfast, that kind of thing. When a member of the crew calls out something big off the port bow, shortly after you drop out of. I'm sorry. Something big off the starboard bow after you drop out of spelljamming speed. It's pretty distant. It's hard to see exactly what it is because it's very dark, but you can see an object moving, and the object itself is moving. So it's like not a static object just moving, but the thing itself has movement in addition to its moving, and it's coming towards you.
Would Braxton have loaned me his spyglass for when I'm on command?
Probably.
Then I'm gonna try to get a better look at it with a spyglass.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check, please.
Nah, that's a fail.
Okay. What you can make out is that it appears to be flapping. Whatever it is, it's moving towards you, and it is flapping.
Okay, I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna order people to battle stations just in case.
Okay.
Would I have heard this in the laboratory?
Battle
since
stations,
somebody
yes.
around-
Battle stations would definitely be something that would cause a lot of movement, a lot of shouting, calling out battle stations. Anyone who would be asleep would probably be woken up.
Okay, then I will move to the deck
Okay.
Yeah, Finn will move
see
to the
what's-
deck as well.
what is going on.
I'm going to offer the spyglass to Solas and say, "Do you have any idea what that thing is that's going at us?"
Well, let me see.
Do I need to get armor on?
That's up to you.
Do I
Yeah, I'm
roll
getting armor.
intelligence check?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
I'm getting
Solas.
armor on.
Lafdul,
That's a
aren't you
success.
asleep?
I just got
Solus.
woken up.
Solus, it's a bat.
Yeah, it's a giant
Oh.
bat.
We were told about this. But isn't Shift 2 asleep?
I said you can be awake if you wanted to because
Oh,
it's
okay.
near the end of first shift.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laughter was probably getting ready to sleep.
No,
Are
you weren't
there
getting
people-
ready. If you were asleep, it would be near time to wake up for you.
And we were told that the
Alright,
bats
yeah,
are
well.
hostile, right? Or what?
Well, it's moving towards you.
I'm
You
getting my
said that there was movement on it.
As in the flapping of the wings.
I was thinking that there were giant mines or something.
But yeah. Either way, battle stations and get ready to defend ourselves.
Yeah, it's and it's not just a giant bat. This is a gigantic bat. You would say that this is the size of a ship.
It's the second biggest bat I've ever seen.
And it is coming towards you. So let's go ahead and have someone roll for initiative while I clear out the turn order.
I assume it's going to
Second
take me
I'm
several
afraid-
turns to get armor on.
I'm afraid knowing Leva, she'd stay asleep until she was woken up.
You would have been woken up by the battle stations.
Okay.
What sort of plus do we get on the ship?
Plus 12.
12. I keep forgetting that. I suppose Braxon would hear if battle stations was called. People were running around.
Yes, but it's up to you whether you would be wanting to get on armor. Lafdul, what armor are you getting on?
Chainmail.
Okay, that is going to be...
I assume at least got a turn.
I think that's 2 rounds. Braxon, what are you getting on?
Braxon's got splint armor. Can he do that quickly?
That is going to take you 6 rounds. If you grab a crew member to help you, that'll take 3 rounds.
Yeah, he'd definitely open his cabin and grab anyone who's in the area.
Okay.
Where does it actually say this? What book's in? Just out of curiosity.
I'm pretty sure it's in the player's handbook.
Alright.
Mm.
I might be wrong on chainmail, but I think it counts as... Because I think it's 1 round for leather armor.
Yeah, I don't
And I think chainmail is twice that. And anything heavier is 1d6 plus 4. Alright. So, you get to move your ship first.
Yeah, you're in charge of where the ship goes. Do you wanna do that, Ockar?
Sure.
And you can see the bat out here. Might need to zoom out to see where it is.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I think we should try to keep a bit of a distance. What's the range of our weapons again?
You've got 5 on the catapult, 6 on the ballistas, and you've got 1 ballista that has 8 range.
Okay, I think we should maybe try to move in this direction to try to evade it.
Okay, go ahead and move.
Okay, so how far can we move?
Let's see. Nora's on the helm right now. So that is going to be 3, I believe.
To there?
Well, it's you 1 to turn, and then you can move 2.
So like to there.
Yeah.
Okay. And what? Does it turn like this?
Yeah, you face the flat edges of the hex.
Okay. And if it comes in closer, we'll be prepared to fire.
Yeah, you will need to, because you would not be running with weapons loaded.
Yeah, I'd be telling them to get everything loaded.
Yeah, so it's 3 rounds for your medium ballistas, and do you have medium catapults?
I don't know.
Hang on, it's on the sheet. Battle Dolphin has.
We have medium ballistas and Oh, I was looking at the sheet in the Roll20 thing.
Yeah, Battle Dolphin has 2 medium catapults, 2 medium ballistas, and the shuttle is the one with the magic weapon, which is
So it's 3. That's
medium ballista.
Yeah, it's 3 rounds for the medium ballista, 2 rounds for the catapults.
And the one on the shuttle, can we use that one too?
But it's still 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting them all loaded.
Did you move?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And it's coming towards... It's definitely moving towards you. So go ahead and roll for initiative again.
Oh, sorry, that was me. Hang on. Make sure I'm clicked on the token. Oh, no, I don't want token settings. Let's click off and click back on again. That was weird. It kept trying to do some sort of token setting things.
Okay. You are moving first again.
Okay. Moved.
All right. Yeah, it definitely looks like it is moving on an intercept course.
Okay. Does that mean one more round and all the weapons will be loaded?
Yes.
Okay. Roll again, Braxton?
Yep, go ahead and roll. Okay, go ahead and move. Alright, all of your weapons are loaded.
Yeah, it's within range of them.
You'd need to check that.
Okay, let me check this sheet. Well, Braxton does the roll. Let's see. Range 5 for short range, 6 for other. Okay, so only in range of the ballistas at the moment.
Yeah, but you can fire at any point on your turn
True.
during your movement. And it is moving first this time.
Right. Oh.
Alright, your turn.
Okay, fire all 5 weapons.
So who's rolling?
Well-
Braxton, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll roll for the magical ballista then.
I guess I'll roll for the
Should we use the rolling on the sheets?
No, just give a normal roll.
Right, okay.
You don't have
Chainmail
any,
rolls
you don't have
3
any
rounds.
bonuses, so.
I'll roll for one of the catapults.
How about roll for both the catapults?
yeah, and I'll roll
Okay.
for the other 2 ballistas.
So that's got a Thaco of... That says Thaco of 15, but they...
It should be 14.
Why were you rolling a D200?
Was I?
Yes.
Oh. Dear. I did type D20. Yeah, that says Thaco 15, but it should be 13, shouldn't it, if it's a +1 weapon?
It's not. It's getting 2 extra range.
I see a D200 and then a D20 and then another D20.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braxon, so the magical crossbow misses.
Okay.
Solas, that was one of the catapults. Roll for the other one.
Something's not right, because the other ballistas say 14 Thaco.
Yeah, all of your ballistas have a 14 Thaco.
Right, because the magical one says 15. So that should be 14.
Yeah.
Right. And the catapult says 15.
Catapults are right, yes.
We are rolling really well.
Yeah, so... Let me see. Yeah, Ockar, you were rolling for the ballistas?
Yeah.
Yep. You get one hit on all of that. It sees your shots coming in, and it is able to dodge them surprisingly well. Your shots, but one of them does connect. Go ahead and roll 3d6, please. 17 damage. Okay, that's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You do see a solid hit by one of your ballista bolts, and it leaves a trail of blood as it strikes it. You cannot hear if it made any sound because it is a. You do have void of space between you two. Go ahead and you do have your movement, so you can move your ship.
Okay.
I also avoid it landing for a moment.
Okay.
Would Lafdul have got his equipment on by now?
Yeah, both Braxon and you would be up on deck at this point.
Right.
I would be making a suggestion to Braxon
Yeah.
that you get the crew off the deck because it might just fly and just grab a crew and run off.
Yeah.
Once
And
Braxton's
anyone that's on deck, make sure you're anchored to the deck.
I'm
Like
gonna
code onto a rope.
move. I'm gonna move both tokens further up on the map so that they're.
Once Braxton's
Okay.
on deck, I'm gonna hand off command to him.
Okay. One thing I would say is if we take the crew off the deck, we would lose maneuverability.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you'd
once
lose
it's
the
caught up
ability.
with us-
You'd lose the ability to fire your weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it's caught up with us, it's caught up with us. We're not out
Yeah.
flying it
Yeah.
or
No, I
out
agree.
maneuvering it.
I do agree with you under those circumstances.
But it's a ship-sized monster. We're still gonna need the weapons.
Yeah.
Maybe. We've taken on dragons for that ship. And I get the feeling that thing might screech.
Yep, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Yep.
Oh, can I ask Finn? Do you know how giant bats fight? Is there anything? Do you have any idea?
Would I have any knowledge of that, Old?
You know how regular bats fight, and including some of the larger varieties. Whether that's going to apply to a bat the size of a ship, you're not sure.
I'll mention that.
The fact that there is a void of space between you would make you kind of think that it probably is not using echolocation to find you and stuff like that.
Braxon wants to take back his spyglass and have a look to see whether that's a real bat or a ship disguised as a bat.
You can see the blood trail from your one successful hit.
Right. Okay. And Finn's around. So Braxon turns to Finn and says, "Do you think we can fire something like pepper in the face of that thing and scare it off without having to kill it?"
Don't know unless we try, I guess.
Lever asks Braxon, is there anybody riding on it?
Don't know. I don't think I can see anyone. Braxon has
You
another
didn't
look.
see anyone, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Braxton hands the spyglass to Lever and says, "Feel free."
Okay, Lever looks. What can she see? Can she see anybody?
Again, like you're seeing it moving in space. If there's, it's very difficult to make out like its back and stuff like that.
So she passes the spyglass back and says, I can't see anything. But that doesn't mean anything either. There could be plenty of people hidden on top of it, I guess, or on its
Well,
back.
About that Braxton's pepper idea, do we even have enough pepper to do that kind of thing?
I've got like 10 vials of dog pepper, but they're in separate vials.
I think the 10 vials might not be enough considering that it's a ship-sized bat.
Yeah, I'd be reserved to use it anyway.
We might need a full barrel of pepper.
I don't know if it gets closer, and we could sort of fly up, then we can sprinkle the pepper from top down.
Yeah.
But it's ship-sized.
Yeah.
You've been attending too many of these cooking classes.
And when you're
They-
talking about it getting closer, it's moving before you on this round.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
it comes.
It got closer, all right.
It's in our square.
Yep. And it
Oh.
swoops in, and as it breaches your air envelope, you see it open its mouth, and a high-pitched, ear-shattering screech
I had a feeling this was going to happen.
just kind of blasts out of its maw. And I'm going to need everyone to make a saving throw versus paralyzation, please.
Oh. Let's see.
I take it wisdom bonus does not apply to this?
Oh, I've got a target of 8 for that.
I succeeded.
But that's a 6. Oh, it's under,
Once
isn't it?
No, you want to get
Once
over.
in a blue moon.
Want to get over? Well, no.
Yeah,
Braxon's
I'm good.
failed it.
Leva lost it.
Once in a blue moon, I succeed in saving throws.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So those of you who failed, you are going to be stunned. Like it just so disorients you that you cannot make sense of anything going on around you for the next 3 rounds.
Okay.
So that is Leva and Braxon.
So much for our plan.
Braxon, give me a dexterity check, please.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I was like, tell everyone to just anchor yourself on something. Grab rope.
Oh, well, at least that's a bit better.
Yeah, except you wanted to get under.
Oh, okay. Fine. All right. Okay, she's failed twice then.
Yeah, let me check something. Because you were holding your spyglass.
Oh.
Yeah, but he
Goodbye,
fights
goodbye,
one-handed.
spyglass.
Oh no, because of the stun.
Goodbye,
Give me a d20, please.
If it doesn't shatter completely, I think I can fix it.
Wow.
Wait,
The glass
wasn't
is expensive.
Solas holding the spyglass? I handed it off to him. And he passed.
Yeah, no, Braxon passed it back to Solas, because Solas checked it last.
Yeah.
No,
Solas was the
didn't
one
Leva
holding it.
No.
No,
Oh, Leva was
never
last.
gave it back to Braxon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, when did Leva have it?
She
I
feels
was-
like
I
it's
had
right
it-
in the back.
I handed
Braxon-
it to him,
Braxon-
and then I gave it.
Braxon said that he was using the spyglass to look at it.
Yep.
It's his spyglass. I would assume that if he's then saying that, then he had gotten it back from Solas.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
weren't in a
And
melee situation, so there was no problem with it
That's fine.
happening on like turn order kind of thing.
Okay.
Just have to buy a rubber spyglass.
Yeah, there's a sound of shattering, and it is definitely bent now.
How badly did it break?
There goes like
You
a
will
1,000
need
gold or
to
2,000.
you will need to determine that after the fight.
Yep.
You'll need-
Assuming it doesn't roll off the side of the ship.
Well, so it definitely bent when it hit the ground too.
So it won't roll.
Yeah, it might
Well,
slide.
well.
It might slide.
As long as the ship stays level.
So I also need to roll for the crew because you were talking about getting them off the deck, but you didn't get them off the deck. All right. You're going to be down to maneuverability F because many of them are stunned as well.
Okay.
But only about half of them on deck. Okay. However, now it's your turn. Oh, and it would have passed by after that pass.
Well, I gave command to Braxon, so go ahead, Braxon.
No, Braxon's
stunned.
stunned.
You're now
Braxon,
in command again.
Braxon stares into space.
Do we
Then
No,
have
you're
a chance to test?
so real fast. You're not staring into space. You're like you're completely disoriented. So you're like wobbly on your feet, can't focus your eyes, clutching your head, something like that.
I guess we'll move that way, and I'll order the crew to reload the weapons.
Could we have a casted
Or keep
spell on it
reloading.
while it was passing?
Obstructed.
No, you have to be in the tile on your turn.
Right,
But
because
if
I've
your ship you can do it at any point during your movement though, like weapon fire.
Yeah,
So
I've
you
rolled
can
initiative
move
again.
into the tile that it's in, cast your spells, and move out.
I mean, if you want me to, I could try to move into its space, and you could blast it or with something.
Let's see.
Yeah, Finn would have his bow at the ready.
I've got roll initiative, haven't I? Unless someone else did.
No, not yet, because I'll let you decide whether you want to pursue it into the square to cast spells on it.
I want to know if I could cast defensive spells.
Yeah, you can definitely cast defensive spells. That's fine.
Alright.
If you're not stunned, that's fine. Perfectly fine.
Casting Battle Fate on myself.
Okay. But make a decision quickly.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
am.
could-
No.
I
Make a
could-
decision for the ship movement. Are you moving? Are you following the bat, or are you not following the bat?
Well, I need to know if they plan to cast spells or not.
I understand.
It's irrelevant as
I have
defensive spells.
offensive spells that I could cast if you are in moving there, but you are
Then-
the mover, so
Then
you
I'm
decide.
gonna be following after it.
Okay.
And I'm going to be casting Fireball on it.
So does that change what modifier I roll for initiative?
It will, but hold on.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So Solas, you're casting a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Finn, if you want to use your bow, you can.
Okay, I will.
Anyone with ranged weapons can choose to do that as well.
I'm just focusing on giving orders at the moment.
Okay.
Fireball was level times d6.
Up to 10.
Yeah.
And you're level 9 or 10?
8.
Ah.
Multi-class. Can I get a tracker when you're free?
How many rounds does it last?
14.
I don't think this is going to last that long.
Some
All right.
rounds are low.
25
16 rounds, actually.
is... All right, and it does not save against that. You see the streak of light from your fireball streaks out of your fingers, bursts against the torso of this thing, and it looks surprisingly small against it, but you definitely see it flinch and screech in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll send a flaming arrow at it.
Okay. And your Thaco is?
16.
That is a miss. Anyone else with missile weapons?
I mean, I have a
Nice.
crossbow, but I'm more focusing on navigating and stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
One presumes shots have gone out into the void.
Oh,
We have
Farron
a
got
critical hit.
a critical hit then.
Oh.
I guess Fiddle gets a crit.
So that is going to be 5d6 damage, I think.
That triggers the special, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5d6. And that's...
Let me see if it saves.
Finn with his own fireball.
If you crit on a flaming arrow, it just becomes a fireball.
No,
it's
it becomes a flame
but
arrow, the 3rd level spell flame arrow.
Damage was so similar though. It doesn't scale though, does it? It's always the first level, the first 1 arrow.
Okay,
I would
it
assume anyway.
did save. But that's still a good amount of damage. Yeah, it's just the 1 arrow. At higher levels, you get more arrows out of flame arrow. But, I mean, compared to the normal damage of the bow, it's pretty good.
But does it get saving throw against that, since flame arrow does not give saving throw?
That's true.
Doesn't it?
It doesn't.
think it gives a saving throw against the fire damage.
Fire damage.
Let me look at the
Oh,
spell.
the spell has a mistake in the. It says saving throw none, but only half of the fire damage is inflicted if creature saves.
Right. Yeah.
In the
The
text,
full
so it's mistake in the.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it's a mistake in the description or in the actual saving throw.
the block should have said special rather than none.
Yeah.
Special would indicate that you need to read the description. But yeah, so the first 5 is fixed. That's not, you can't save against that, but the rest of it took half from that. That's still still good amount of damage. All right, which is also going to trigger a morale check from it. Let's see, does it like you or not?
Are you refunding that critical hit, Ald?
No, I didn't refund it. I accepted it.
Oh, right.
You got
It's
it.
not
He
for,
has no
it's not
reason
for
to
a ship
refund it.
weapon. No,
Yeah,
sorry, I
why
thought it
would
was a
he?
ship weapon. No, forget that.
No, it was Fiend's bow special effect.
Okay.
Sorry. Ignore me.
All right, you can go ahead and roll for initiative. This time, it is going to be 13. No other change for
13.
the ship, though.
So it's gone from 12 to 13.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh.
It 4. It is clearly not liking you, and it is trying to fly away from you.
It most likely will.
Your turn.
After it.
Lafdul's like, the crew is stunned. I'm getting over to the weapons to try and help man them.
Okay. You
Had
do
the
have
weapons
enough. You
reloaded?
have enough crew to man the weapons. Okay, if you want to help out, that's fine.
Have they reloaded?
I think the catapults have.
2.
Okay. Going to be moving after it and ordering the catapults to fire.
Okay.
Would my battle fate help because I'm
look.
helping with one?
No.
Oh,
I'll roll
right.
the catapults. There's 2 of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even together, that's not a hit. The ballistas will be reloaded next round.
Pity we did not get close enough.
All right, go ahead and roll for
Range of
initiative,
3.
please.
We might get close enough if Braxon rolls low enough on initiative.
What roll?
Roll initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm going to prepare to
You're
cast
still
a
on
spell.
13, yeah?
Oof.
Can I prepare to cast a spell, but I can drop it if the situation doesn't arrive, so to speak, or if a creature doesn't get in range?
You won't lose it if the creature isn't in range. Yes.
Alright. And I will be doing that.
Okay.
If we beat initiative, then I'll cast a spell.
Yeah, it got a 1.
Alright, and then I'm not doing anything this turn.
Your turn.
And then we're going to shoot the ballistas at it.
All right. So 2 d20 from you, Ockar, and 1 from Braxon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a hit.
One of them might, yeah.
That is definitely a hit there. I want to point out that every time you fired your weapons, Ockar's the only one who's gotten a hit.
At least I didn't roll a 1.
So,
It's
do
true.
ship weapons crit?
I will
Oh, shit.
allow it to crit against a large creature like this, and I mean, it's not going to do a normal critical because there's no, like, deck crew on this thing. So that is going to be a 66, please.
Was it so that against ships, if you roll the crit, you do some extra critical damage type?
Yeah, it has a function, but since this is a normal creature, I'll let it. I don't know if I'll do that with something even nastier like a Gammaroid. We'll see. We'll see. But it is still alive. You fire another ballista that strikes into it. You see another blood trail trailing behind it. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay, hang on.
That's where we need harpoon shot.
Got one job. Hang on. Come on. Come on, roll 20. Give me the... There we go.
It's like cool catchphrase. I just hang on.
Braxon rolls high when it's the initiative, but low when it's attack.
Yeah, roll 20 doesn't like me.
Well, you just got the rolls confused. You should change them around, you know.
And the bat does move first this time.
Okay, I'll move. And we don't have any weapons loaded at the moment, do we?
No. Catapults will be available next round.
Okay. Want me to roll initiative this time?
You could always... Well, if you want to.
I could.
Actually, wait, no. Catapults would be available this round because they weren't available last round.
Then, Solas, fire the catapults.
Yes, I will personally fire them.
I mean,
Solas says
it won't
straight
make any
in.
worse.
Oh, man.
So someone get this bookworm off the catapults.
Yeah. Just load his books into the catapults.
No, never.
This is almost like a comedy of errors here.
I was thinking, Leva, could you not teleport us onto the back of the bat?
Lewa, she's only about to recover from the screech.
Yeah. Next round, I think.
No, I think it's this round.
Yeah, I think it's this round.
Okay.
So are you, Braxon?
Anything loaded?
Nope. Everything will be reloaded next round.
Okay.
And
Unless we beat it, it will escape.
Oh, good.
It's gonna escape.
I don't suppose Braxton's rope is 4 hexes long.
no, it is not.
Strong enough.
Hold
I
on.
think Lewa should roll the initiatives from now on.
I'm moving you guys again because we're just about to get off the map.
Okay.
I need like a scrolling map that just always centers on you or something like that.
There's probably a script you could create that does that.
I doubt it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like something that Roll20 has, but...
No, I meant like a custom thing that you could add in. I know a guy that could do stuff like that.
Oh, well, I definitely don't have the account to do that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll initiative again.
We did, 15.
Did. See, Lewa said
that wasn't on the token, though.
Oh.
It's a D10 plus 13 accounts.
Token is 15.
Okay. I didn't know that was going to be the actual roll, so... I thought you were just... Yeah, you're moving first this time.
Okay, so we move up and we got weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the weapons.
All of them.
All the weapons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll roll for the non-magical catapults. Braxon, we need the
right,
magic
sorry.
catapult or the magic
Sorry.
ballista. Oh yeah, I did the ballista.
I didn't think it'd be
Still see
ready
it,
this
but-
quick.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, look, I missed again. Roll 20.
Shocking, isn't it, that you missed?
I've missed with every hit.
The good news is Solas hit once, and Ockar hit both times. So Ockar, that's going to be 3d6 and 3d6, and that is going to be 3d10 from Solas. Not that it needs it. It had 5 hit points left, and the base numbers from all of these together.
Look on the bright side.
Killed it.
There's plenty of bat ear fluff.
So
for
yeah,
spells.
you get 2 ballista bolts, just spear into it, and the catapult shot slams into the back of its head, and it is dead. It goes limp in space. It stops flapping its wings. Leftmel
Right.
gives you odd looks and says, "You know it was running, right?
It attacked us first.
It's an animal. You
animal.
outspheres are weird."
Well, can we eat bats?
I
I'm
mean,
sure-
Leftmel says, or are you asking Leftmel?
If
No.
Braxon voices
Okay.
that out, Solas would look him like he's a weirdo.
I'm up for trying anything new. But I think the wizards
That-
will want the spoke components from
that-
that.
Never s-
I figured that the wizard could use stuff from that for spell components.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's why I kept up the
Braxon,
fight.
Braxon's got to recoup the cost of his broken thing. Oh, wait, Braxon doesn't know about this yet. Lafdul points to the broken spyglass on the ground.
Braxton goes, oh,
Gather all the pieces and let's see if I can do something about it tomorrow.
okay.
Gather
Yeah.
all of the pieces of a 100-foot long bat.
No, I meant the spyglass.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Spyglass.
Yeah, Braxton wraps his spyglass up in a bat.
Oh, you'd have give it like a plastic, or not plastic. What's this plastic material? Some bat sheath. You have like a sheath or something around it now. Maybe it'll protect it a little bit better.
Braxton says, can you make me a cloak out of the bat wings?
If we had leather worker, perhaps.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
this
Finn.
is
Finn is another worker,
this is
No.
where
No, he isn't.
isn't he? Yeah.
He's a hunter.
Oh.
this is where Yeldon used to be useful. Turning animals into
Used
stuff.
to be useful.
Yeah, well, until he left. He's useful for other people now.
Lafdul, there's a message for you in the Twitch chat.
No. What?
500 bits for someone to put eye black on the spyglass that Braxton is using.
That would be a bit of a terrible. I mean, I agree. It was terrible.
That's terrible. I approve. So, I mean, you are hours away from the Goblin Port. You could tow this corpse if you wanted.
Yeah. Well, do we want to try to do things with it rather than just towing it through space?
I mean, if you wanted to turn the bat wings into leather, I mean, it's hours away. It's not going to go.
Yeah.
You can't get much fresher than that. If you wanted to
Yeah.
turn the wings into leather or something like that, or get
I mean, he'll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get
we
any
could
other
sell it.
processed materials out of it,
Or just
Yeah.
sell it.
or just sell it.
Yeah, so if there's any spells that require bat fur,
There's the ear fluff one. I think I need bat stuff.
you need ear fluff from a bat.
Yeah. Someone
Okay.
does.
How many ear fluffs can you get from a giant space bat?
Infinite.
Well,
Or
not
can
infinite, but-
Can Lafdul pickle the bat ears?
For my bat sense spell, which also Finn needs, is that you need bat ear fluff. Bat ear fur, rather, sorry.
Well, you should be able to get some from this.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the kind of thing where you'd have enough if you use a spell reasonably.
Mm.
So you
I
can,
assume bats are common in the sphere anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's covered by the normal, especially in this sphere, it's covered by the normal fees that you spend. But if you want to take some, that's fine too.
Lafdul's making sure he's got extra spare.
Well, I think we should at least see if we can sell it off.
Don't you wizards have like a spell that uses bat something?
Well, bat guano for fireball, but
yeah,
you need to find its perch. And it'd be a lot of guano.
Yeah.
So it's a quite common component in any way.
Wouldn't it just float off in Wildspace?
This bat?
No, the guano. I suppose if it's perching on something with gravity.
Yeah.
Leva has this mental image of bat guano being everywhere. Bing! Ugh.
So do you guys want to? What do you want to do with the corpse, or do you just want to move on?
Right. Do people want to do stuff with the corpse or tow the corpse?
I think we should tow it, and we can always just basically sell it and pay for the components we want to harvest from it that way also.
So when we get to port and they say, "Have you got anything to declare?" we're going to say a big dead bat.
Yes.
Yeah, if they want to buy it.
Very reasonable.
How damaged is the corpse? I mean, it looks like it's been wrecked, burnt.
Pretty damaged. But, I mean, it's a big corpse. It depends on what you want out of it. Like, there's plenty of meat if it's edible, which you don't know. There's plenty of fur. The wings. There's plenty of skin wing. I mean, there's still a lot of materials on it if it gets rendered, kind of thing. It's not like a dragon where you really do need a pristine hide to make magical armor out of.
Right. Oh, because it's fur. Yeah.
Well, no, I just like to make magical dragon armor, you need a pristine hide. That's basically what it boils down to.
Like a death spell or something, or slay living or something. I don't know.
So, taking it or leaving it.
I say we tow it.
Yeah, we tow it, bring it on a ship or something.
I don't know that we can land it on our ship. It looks quite big.
You can tow it.
Yeah.
We can tow it.
We can tow it. Just tie a rope around it.
Okay.
Lafdul wants some of the air fluff. He's going to out herself, fly over, grab some air fluff, and fly back.
Okay.
Then go. It was the start of my shift anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it'd be the start of your shift soon.
Yeah.
While he's over there, anyone else want some parts? Otherwise, I'm flying back.
Not that I can think of at the moment.
I don't think I'm any good at treating fur, but maybe we can get someone to make us bat fur hats.
Just a second, I need to check.
It's not very... Bat fur isn't exactly that thick kind that you'd make fur clothing out of.
Yes, Leva would like some bat fur because, and Solas will probably too because it's used for wizard eye.
I don't have that spell at the moment.
What kind of bat fur?
Bat fur.
Just bat fur.
Anywhere on the body?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll have to grab bunches of bat fur.
You pull them out, right?
Well, he's just cutting off sections with his dagger or something, probably.
And good. Why don't you cut off some meat as well so we can check whether it's actually edible?
Sure. You'll see what you can quickly hack up.
Do you know anything about cuts on an animal?
Lafdul has no idea. He's sticking his knife and pulling out something.
can you
He
take
also
note
doesn't
of
have much.
where you cut it off, so we know?
You would probably want someone with hunting to make that choice.
Yeah.
Lafdul doesn't have that much. He's only
Hunting or
grabbing the
cooking.
fur and the earpiece because he doesn't have time with his outer self. So I've got like 10 minutes or something.
Well, Leva could
Braxton's
doesn't
got-
polymorph self. She could switch into, or she could fly, but she didn't memorize the spell. But,
I mean, if you're
could she
if you
polymorph herself into something flying?
if you tie
I
it
mean-
up so that you're towing it, you can
Oh.
like we're talking multiple inch thick ropes here.
Okay.
You
Climb
can
along the
pretty
rope.
easily like climb or crawl along them. It's not a problem.
Also, if you want something from the bat, when we go to the port and sell it, we can always basically, while we sell it, say that we want part of this from it.
Yeah.
So Leva turns around to Finn and says, and asks him, "Hey, would you mind that we both go and have a look at the meat to see whether it's edible and cut some good meat cuts?"
Oh, what would Finn already know about bat meat from?
Give me
Thereabouts,
give me a hunting proficiency check, please.
Is Wildspace survival any good?
Oh, it might be
It
actually.
might be. I'll let you roll a proficiency for that as well. Alright, that's a success from Finn and Braxon.
Yeah.
It's like a rumor check for Braxton.
Oh, sorry.
It's a
I
shame
didn't think
about
it
the
rolled.
second one.
Ignore the second roll.
Okay.
I failed.
Alright. Yeah, Braxon, you've never encountered anything like this before, so you don't know. Finn, you don't think that a bat of this size, and certainly, like, you didn't see any signs of rabies or other obvious bat diseases. You're mostly used to much smaller bats, which you wouldn't exactly say are tasty, but it's certainly, like, in a desperate situation, roasting up a bat is going to give you food. You know, I mean, it's going to be something you can eat to stay alive.
Okay.
A bat of this size, you would probably suspect that the... I don't know if that... Like, I'm trying to think. I don't think the really muscly parts of mammals are the best cuts. Like it is like on a bird, that would be dark meat. If you like dark meat, that's what you would want to go for.
Yeah.
Don't know if that quite applies to mammal meat. I would say that Finn, you would know that since you didn't see any diseases, you don't think there's anything suspect about the meat. It at a minimum would be edible, but you don't know how it would taste.
Bats
All
out
right.
and all over the place.
Leva,
Hmm?
why are you not writing a cookbook?
To
Because I
serve
don't
bat.
cook enough. So far, there will be about 3 recipes in there.
I mean, that's 3 more recipes than you otherwise would have known.
Here's my recipe for batfish. Don't eat it, though.
Yes.
It's terrible. But here's the recipe.
Yes.
I just sell it
Exactly.
to kobolds, because apparently they eat things we don't.
Yeah, but
I mean, again, like it's not going to rot in the next few hours. Getting it to the port, you can definitely ask for choice cuts out of the.
Yeah. Let's
Mm,
tow it
sell
in
it.
and hope that it's not considered some sort of icon of their religion, protected under law.
That would be awkward.
All right, so you get it. get it tied up and get back underway. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and switch you back. Now.
Say, while we're travelling in,
Yeah.
Braxon says to the others, "Do you think that might have eaten anything interesting?"
I mean, it doesn't look like the type that would swallow something whole. Well, it might do.
It doesn't have a
Well,
very
it's
like
like
it
us.
does not have a large mouth in comparison to its body size.
Could it eat a person?
Oh, it could easily eat a person. Yes.
Right. Well, maybe it's eaten a person that had a magical item.
Problem is, when you do that, you kind of ruin the corpse because you know you're not supposed to cut open the stomach. It spoils the meat, the intestines, and all that.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Well, you do when you butcher it, but
Yeah, I mean, you got to leave it to the butcher.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking there might be something inside that stomach. Worth
well, you
more
can
than the
always
back talk.
well, you can always say that when we are selling it, that you want to claim the contents of its stomach.
15 corpses.
A stomach is not equals to the intestines, so the intestines stink. A stomach generally does not stink as much.
Yeah, I mean, you're still lowering the sell value of it, probably.
Not necessarily, because well,
we
would we even know that? Would Lever even know that? That I mean, that's the player talking, not Lever.
I think that Finn, with the hunting proficiency, would probably say it's best to leave it to a professional with something this size.
Okay.
Again, we can just claim it when we claim the contents when we sell it.
Just supervise it.
Well, we'd have to make that a condition of sale. That we own.
Well, yes. As with any other parts we want to claim of it, like the choice cuts.
Yeah.
We just hire a butcher to butcher it, and we sell the parts.
Well, we most likely would sell it, except the parts we say that we claim when we make the deal. Then just supervise it if we want to.
Okay.
That's assuming they buy bat meat.
All right. I'm fine with that as what you want to do when you get to the port.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're now door-to-door bat salesmen. Albatross, get your albatross.
All right. So you can see ahead of you another very large stalagmite. And floating above it, you can see an asteroid. Leftmel will indicate that is the asteroid city Gorolgax Rest.
Oh, so there.
Are we swapping the helms over? Is this being a thing that's done or not? Because this takes time.
Yeah, if we're going to take the other ship in.
Problem with taking the other ship in is that you'd need to get, like, at this point, because you've taken the bat, you probably need to go in with your big ship.
Yeah.
I think it's not that big of a problem if we say that we only cargo we have to declare is that giant bat.
Yeah.
Since from what our guide says that they don't do inspections unless we tell them that we are declaring something we want to sell from our cargo.
Purpose of visiting? To sell a bat.
And to visit the arcane.
Yeah.
And possibly buy that magic item that allows
You don't need to specify that.
Yeah.
Is the was it the person with leprosy that was here, or was that the hobgoblin portal?
That's here. All right, so you can go ahead and move. Let me go ahead and get the. There we go. Why is that name not showing up now? That's weird.
She said move.
Yeah.
So we just move on to the same place, or do we need to be next to it?
You can just be close to it. That's fine. I don't know why it lost the nameplate.
Yeah. I see a circle.
Yeah, it's supposed to have a nameplate too.
Right.
Hold on a second. Let me just.
Is this also between stalagmite and stalactite?
There we go. Can see it now.
No, it's just floating above a stalagmite. Yeah, I had to make it a token, which I didn't think I needed to do with the other one. Let me go check that. Oh no, I guess I did make it a token. All right. I guess when things are on the map layer, they don't get labels. It's weird.
I guess.
Okay.
Is there a space between the E and S on the rest? Or is it just the font?
It's probably just a font.
Now I can find out if I...
There's no space there. It's rest. It's the word rest.
Yeah, but it just looks like there's a space.
You probably don't have the font on your machine.
I don't know. All right, so as you are approaching, you can see that this city is larger than the Kobold city. There's a number of round stone buildings. Like it seems like that's mostly what the buildings are. They're round stone buildings. You can also see as you're approaching a number of cave openings, like tons and tons of cave openings covering this asteroid. And there are some large buildings as well that dwarf all the other small ones. At the very center, there's clearly a fortress of some sort. You can see what looks to be an arena. It's circular, and you can clearly see that from the distance, it appears to have kind of a concave appearance to it that you're guessing is the stands. And some other large buildings with spires and things of that nature that you could make reasonable guesses might be big temples. There are also some ships patrolling the perimeter of the port as you're approaching, and they do signal to find out what your intentions are. Leftmel translates for you, and it's pretty standard stuff, like, state your business and your intentions kind of thing.
Yeah. Can we signal back because Braxon doesn't speak the language?
Yeah. Leftmel can signal back for you.
Oh, she can signal back. Yeah. Okay. So, is that we're saying we're coming to sell the bat and stock up on supplies?
Yeah, you can do that. And that's what you want to have her signal?
What do you say about the bat?
I mean, if you just say that you're selling the bat, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will Lafdul do disguise on me, or
If you ask me, I will, yeah.
so I'm not most likely going to the port on the first day, since Solas would most likely be asleep at the moment.
Yeah, so keep in mind that you'll be getting into the port essentially late at night. I mean, it's late on the second thing, and you're probably going to want to try to get everyone onto the same schedule while you're in port.
Yeah.
So I think that what you're going to be doing is getting the bat sold and then going to sleep and getting up the next day to do what you want.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they signal back and direct you. A small triangular shaped goblin blade vessel comes out to guide you into the berth.
Mm-hmm.
You dock up, and as you're doing so, a goblin comes to your
I am
just off
so
your
far below
vessel.
deck.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm assuming you're keeping the dwarves below deck, and
Yeah.
Keep the humans above at the very least.
and just have like Braxon and Ockar up there.
And a GIF.
And
We
the
could
gift-
have some GIF
I
up there.
guess Lever has to be there too to translate.
That's a good point.
Are you doing that in your polymorph self, or are you...
Yes.
Alright.
She
I mean-
casts the polymorph self.
Do you want to borrow my hat anyway, or...
She'd rather borrows your head when we go to port, because that takes an indeterminate time.
You can put it in your bag of holding anyway and just store it to when you need it.
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry.
All right. So this is the dock master. He comes up and introduces himself as Kagoth.
Greetings, Kagoth.
Yes, I see you have a fine one of the bats. Selling that off, I understand.
Yeah, minus a couple of things we've got interest in, but we'll be trying to make a deal with the butcher. We don't know if it's eaten anything interesting.
There's no fee for bringing in food, so that will not be an additional fee on top of the docking fees that you would be facing.
Mm-hmm. How much are the docking fees, please, sir?
So the docking fees turn out to be the same thing as back on the Kobold port. 35 gold pieces per day for your ship. You got a water service of 1 silver piece per 5 tons, so that is...
How much silver pieces?
1 silver piece per 5 tons, so 14 silver pieces for water service. And the air tax is 2 silver pieces per ton. So that's 14 gold.
$14 per day.
No, air tax and water tax are one time.
Right.
So it's 14 gold and 14 silver right now for the air and water, and then 35 gold pieces for the docking fee per day.
That's entered. We just have to keep track of how many days we're there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've also got the 10 gold a day for left mail.
Yep. And that'll be 90 gold. She'll take it basically right now.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna keep her with us, or are we gonna let her go?
She'll be willing to help you sell off the bat, but at that point, then she's done.
Right. Okay.
So she'll do translation for that.
Okay. Wonder how much we can earn from selling off a bat.
So you ask, Kagoth informs you that he can get a member of the Butcher's Guild down to discuss that with you if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So after about a half an hour,
Braxon will quickly talk to the spellcasters and say, "What do we actually need to keep?"
No, I got what I wanted.
You sure?
Yeah, it was only the ear fluff for me.
Okay.
Earflow.
Anyone else?
Solas doesn't
fur?
have anything at the moment that he thinks he needs.
No
How much
bones.
fur did we get out of it, Old?
I mean, you got enough fur to cast the spells that you have for a reasonable amount of time. But again, the bat fur is covered by your normal fee anyway, so
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. So we
We
have
have
enough.
lots.
Yes.
I mean, you
And
can
it
make a
didn't
note.
have
There
any-
might be something that, like, if you decide not to specifically use that kind of thing, if you ever have a spell scroll or a potion or a magic item that needs some of that, it would be something that you could have for that kind of creation.
Yeah. Braxton asked the spellcasters, is there any chance that fur on this thing is special fur?
It seems like a pretty
mean-
normal animal, just very big.
Right.
And if you make a note of this, don't call it giant bat fur. Call it like ship-sized bat fur, so that because there are giant bats, that's a separate creature.
Gargantuan bat.
Call it a ship-sized bat, so that because that would be a clear indication that it is
Space
this
bat.
bat. Well, not even space bat. Call it a ship-sized bat, because that's what it is. It's the size of a small ship. I mean, I created the stats for this for this.
I thought it was MOBA at first. I didn't know what else. it
No,
could be.
Mobats are big, but they're not that big.
Yeah, that's the
A
only thing I
Mobat
thought
would
of
not have
was.
caused your ship to drop out of spelljamming speed. That's the thing. All right, so so you guys aren't interested in anything. You want to take anything that might be in the stomach, you said. But you're not really
Yeah.
interested in any other things from it. If the butcher says that there are choice cuts, you could get enough for a day's worth of food.
Yeah.
Mhm. Will the people like it?
You won't know that until they eat it.
Yes.
I
'Cause-
mean, one of the food supplies we buy here is most likely bat meat.
Finnel, let's go and make a good meal with it.
But I mean, they have Roth herds, so a lot of what
Which
you
is
get
gonna
dried
taste a
meat,
lot better.
you could specifically get Roth meat as well, like instead, since that's gonna taste just like beef.
Right.
All right, so a female goblin arrives after about a half an hour and is introduced as Barsheg. She is from the Butcher's Guild, and she says, "Yes, that is a fine specimen. A bit burnt, though. Looks like you had a time with it. But yes, we can take it off your hands. It'll make fine eating. Let's see. So she kind of goes out to it to get a glancing, to look at the size and get a feel for how big it is, and comes back. She pulls out something that looks like some sort of counting sticks or something like that. She's fumbling
I was
with
like an incubus or something. I was like, where she pulled that one out from?
an abacus. No.
Yeah.
But it serves a similar purpose. And she says, yes. So you would get the choice cuts, and the rest would be sold off. That would come out to. How does 650 gold pieces sound?
650 gold pieces sounds good, but we'd also want anything useful that it's eaten.
All right.
Do
Is there
you
any metal?
Kind of gives you an
something like
odd
this?
look, but shrugs.
do you use the bat stomach for anything? Maybe
When the skin is
giant
dried out,
bagpipes?
when the skin is dried out, it can be and treated properly, it can be used for fine water skins.
Okay. Well, then, if you can cut it open carefully so that it doesn't devalue it too much.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We always got to flush out whatever batfish are half digested in its stomach anyway.
Okay. So Braxon's going to go to see what's in its stomach.
Okay.
I don't know if he needs level with him. Do you want to come see the insides of a bat's stomach?
You can't talk to her, so you kind of
Yeah.
need to.
Well, he's he doesn't need. I don't know that he needs to talk to her. He's just going to pick up anything that's in there that looks metal.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. You don't need
so
to.
why couldn't he talk to her?
Because
You're the
they
only one that can
don't
talk.
share a language.
No, I meant I understood that Braxon is talking to me.
Right? No.
Yep. Oh,
The question is whether you would want to go see the stomach get cut open.
Sure.
Okay.
She's a mage. She's not
Okay.
going to be turned off by any of this. Don't
Are
forget,
you
she's putting
using?
spiders in her mouth and bat guano.
Okay. Are you using the hat of disguise? Because it's
At
been a
this
half an hour
moment-
since, like, it was a half an hour between the dockmaster showing up and then her showing up, and it will take probably a couple hours to get the bat moved and then to a place where they can cut it open.
So yes, whenever it's unclear how long something will take, she'll use the hat.
Okay. All right.
A bit of perfume or herbs to mask the scent.
So
If she remembers.
you do go and some of them do speak the Illithid trade tongue, so you won't need anyone else along with you. And it does take a few hours to get it prepped and then cut open, and they cut it open in such a way that there's just like this splash of stomach acid into a stone channel. And some things fall out. A lot of bones. You see a lot of fish-like bones. There's some things that you think might be exoskeleton pieces of something, insects, spiders, something like that. Hard to say.
Cockroach.
And then there are some definitely humanoid bones. Nothing metallic of any particular value that you see. Like there's like belt buckles and other small objects, but nothing of particular value.
Braxon's going to take them in case he thinks that Lafdul's got a spell that can remember things.
I see think
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, but he's forgotten. He'll give them to Lafdul.
Lafdul could make a whistle out of the bones and summon animal spirit. Possibly.
Not out of humanoids.
Not out of the humanoids, but there were animal and insect bones.
Yeah, but
carapaces.
I wanna know
You can't make a whistle out of the insect carapaces.
All right. So the only thing that was an object you said was a belt buckle.
Some other minor metal pieces that were clearly part of clothing or equipment.
Yeah, Braxton's gonna grab them, and we'll see if we can work out anything about who it was that was eaten, and then we can get rid of them.
If they got any markings on them, we should hand them over to like lost and found.
Lost and found.
I mean
Say they were lost and now they're found.
The goblins would indicate that that's it's like likely sailor equipment.
Yeah, I gather that.
Leva will most certainly ask for some bones, bat bones.
Bat bones. You said?
Yes, why not?
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty fragile.
For whistles, for whistles for full speech.
Gonna be hollow.
You can hollow
I'm
out
just trying to think,
bones.
like, because some of these bones are
They'd be long, wouldn't
10
they?
feet long kind of thing. I'm trying to think of what you might get other than phalanges, which I suppose,
Couldn't-
like,
couldn't
you're
we
still
just
getting
cut
you're still
them-
getting
cut
like
them
a
to
foot
size?
you're still getting like foot long phalanges.
But couldn't we cut them to size?
Yeah,
mean,
but I
some
mean,
of those-
again, like,
This thing's gigantic.
Yeah.
It's like,
Buy bones.
but
and you guys-
imagine a bat and its bones scaled up to 100 feet long. It doesn't
all right,
have
she-
any
she'll
small
ask for-
bones.
She'll ask for a single bone.
Also, do
Bang.
we have
One of those
do-
small
do-
bones that they have in their ears, you know.
Also, do we have anyone who is good enough craftsman that they could fashion multiple whistles out of a bone that big?
Well, she can take the bones and she can ask around. It doesn't
Old.
actually need to be somebody from the group who will make the whistles.
I mean, you could
Didn't
get you could get a phalange, one of the
Okay.
a finger bone kind of thing.
didn't
Okay.
you say there were some bones in the stomach?
Yeah, from other creatures.
Yeah. Well, would they still be usable for leather,
Um,
or would the stomach acid have damaged them?
the stomach acid would have done stuff to them, but you also don't know what animals they're really from. Specifically, I mean, there's some fish
Yeah.
bones, there's some bat-like bones, and there's definitely humanoid bones. So, like, that's what you saw. And there's some other bones that you're not sure about.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, like, I mean, to a certain extent, if you want just bones for a specific purpose, like you just want some bone whistles, you can just go buy bone whistles, or you can just go to a butcher and any butcher and get normal-sized bones. That's
All right.
I'm just like
Yeah, you could buy some
not
roast
exactly sure what the purpose for getting these specific bones are.
No,
Oh,
but you can buy
purpose
some
is that
roast
she
bones.
actually thought of it this time, whereas normally she forgets.
Okay. I mean, again, you could take some of these large bones. Maybe you can you'll find some use for them in a spell or potion or magic item. So you can definitely take some like that. They're going to be pretty big, though.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Could
Ald,
she actually carry one around even?
Yes, Finn. Yeah, you can carry them. Yes, Finn.
I'm gonna guess that we probably can't use this for summon spirit animal.
No. No.
Giant. Beyond giant.
Most definitely not. You can really only summon like man-sized, M-sized, or small-sized animals, and the stats are always going to be the same no matter what you summon.
Oh,
No,
that's
but
a
if it can fly, then it can fly. If it can burrow, it can burrow.
Sure. I'm just saying that I mean, like, once you have something that can fly, then it can fly. But I think I think it can fly anyway, can it? I vaguely
it's a
recall
spirit.
it. I mean, because it's a spirit.
I know
You
it
can-
can be
you can
turned and
turn it.
stuff.
I would think so that it can fly, and it would not be
Got
limited by physical bodies.
It's got movement value of 24.
Because I think I let Finn get his spirit wolf up onto a higher deck at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it specifically says that it cannot do that, I'm inclined to let it. If it doesn't
that
say,
it can.
but it doesn't say it can't either, and if it doesn't say that it can't,
Yeah.
then I'm inclined to allow it to do so because it's a spirit. Spirits tend to float. That's kind of the trope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with you wanting a variety just for being different and stuff like that. I got no problem. It just means that I have to make tokens for the other ones. So, if you
Yeah,
wanted to
got
get
like,
some like large bat bones to make a a spirit bat out of, I'm fine with that. It's just not going to be from this thing. And they're pretty easy to come by.
Okay. Well, that was the only use I could think of that requires from a specific animal. So.
Okay. But yeah, you can definitely take a couple bones. You know, maybe you'll find something you can grind them down. If there's anything that requires a giant bat bone, this would count.
Okay.
So.
Yes, so she will happily take a bone or two.
Okay, and they're probably going to
She
be
will
like
also ask,
phalanges.
she will ask Braxon whether he'll carry it for her, so she doesn't walk around with those bones on the back.
They're pretty light. I mean, like the phalanges are going to be like a foot long kind of thing, so it's not too bad.
Oh, okay.
But you know, if you want to have Braxon carry it anyway, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, Braxon.
She could put it in her bag, couldn't she?
You could, yeah.
Back of her. Yeah, okay.
You
So
could,
she
yeah.
puts it in her bag. Thank you, Braxon, but I found something.
Welcome.
So with that, you make your way back to your ship, and you're going to be you're probably going to want to rest since it is near the end of a day.
Yeah, when we have the meal the next morning, Braxton's going to have all those things out the stomach. He'll give them a wash. We'll have them in a bowl on the dining table.
All right.
Ugh, gross.
They've been washed.
And let's see, Finn, you were talking about casting Hunger on Sard.
Yes.
That's a saving throw.
I'll be doing more gem
Okay.
cutting, but I assume I'll do that after the game.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
I'll use the giant bee honey again too.
All right.
For this.
We moving on.
Do you know if it does it clearly indicate whether it works or not?
I don't know that it does or not.
Okay.
At least not to the caster.
Okay. Okay.
Whether or
So
not they're indicating that they're hungry all the time.
let's see. All right. So yeah, you guys can change up your spells if you want. The arcane facility has dockyards where they apparently build some ships and stuff like that. And there's
Nice.
warehouses near the dock, so they're pretty easy to get to.
I will cast Mending on the spyglass.
Thank you if it works. Thank you if it doesn't work.
Let me take a quick
Mending
look.
like minor damage, isn't it?
I mean, it can put two pieces of rope back together again. I just need to
That's pretty good.
see if there's any kind of limit other than size, like in terms
Maybe
of
it gets
materials.
put back together, but
No, it doesn't repair magic items, but
Let's see. Okay.
I don't think it's possible to repair magic items in general because magic's almost instantly lost the moment it's broken. At least that was my understanding of it.
Okay, there is not one break for the glass.
so it needs new glass, but otherwise it can be fixed.
So
Glass is
the
the expensive part.
yeah, the metal will be good as new.
Thank you.
Yeah, glass is not counted as ceramic or wooden object.
No, the bigger thing is that there's just not there isn't just one break.
Yeah.
If the glass
Yeah,
just
well,
cracked down the center, but this shattered.
Yeah.
Oh, it had like the side mirror in a car. Something.
I mean, it shattered into multiple pieces, so...
It says ceramic or wooden objects with multiple breaks can be invisibly rejoined
Yeah,
to be as strong as new, but yeah,
it's not glass.
yeah.
Alright.
While the glass is the most expensive part, it should be still cheaper to get a new one now by using this.
Yeah, I would definitely make it cheaper. All right. So you guys get some rest. Braxon, you take a look over the metal objects you collected. There is nothing unusual or special about any of them, so far as you can tell.
I
Yeah,
will be
they're-
casting
They're all basic quality materials.
Mind Read and Red Newed.
'Kay.
Before the day is done. But otherwise carry on. So I was just making it just in case the day did skip. So also
Didn't work.
Braxon will ask in the morning. He'll ask Lafdul and the others if there's any way to see what culture these were made by.
Culture?
They're definitely goblinoid. Whether it's hobgoblin, goblin, or kobold, it's hard to say.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, basically, Braxton was hoping there might be a magic item, but I guess if this was like a buckle off of magic belt, the magic belt would have been dissolved.
Yeah, funny.
Or if it had been magic belt, it might have been that the belt would have been still there as a whole.
Yeah.
It depends on what's magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just basic quality. They're not. It's like not even. It's the most common sort of equipment you can get. Almost certainly just a ship sailor once owned it. All right. It's about time to take our break, so I think we'll do that and let you guys change up your spells unless there's something someone would want to do before they rest, if there's any other spells that anyone wanted to cast before resting.
No.
Nope. All right.
It was just my memory read, so...
All right, so we'll go ahead and take our break now. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, and when we come back, the party will be exploring a new town. See what strange dangers this place may hold for them. See you shortly, everyone.